Hello, Internet. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're being brave and doing it anyway. Hi, I'm Haley. I am a local artist in Greenville, South Carolina, and the reason why I'm making this video is to not only give myself something to build my momentum and keep myself going and posting on different things, but I have an art market on the 20th of September, 2025. Today is Tuesday, September 16th. I have so much art to make, it's not even funny. So this is my chaos vlog of me making a bunch of different stuff. I've already made, I'm trying to do some cute cozy things for autumn because I'm in cozy mode, I bet you can't tell. I've got pumpkins everywhere. Anyways, so I have my cute little cozy critters. I did this yesterday with my friend Meredith. Love her to pieces, she's amazing. But also, I've got these I recycle a bunch of stuff. My whole thing is I recycle old pieces, old canvases. I redo canvases and I give them new life. That's why this is here for a future project. But I recycle these keychains and then turn them into little butterflies, little cute stuff. And so since I'm in Greenville, our big thing is the Swamp Rabbit Trail. So a lot of people are into little bikes and flowers and whatnot. So I'm trying to hit this market and figure out what people like and what I like to do. So if anyone's watching, if you guys have art advice or figuring out how to do a business, I would love in the comments for you guys to kind of show me what you're doing and how you can get better at this, because the reason you get better is by doing things. So by cringing at yourself 5 years from now in this video, that's making progress. Anyways, let's make some art. Let's do this thing. Let's put on my apron here. And let's go. Yeah. Alrighty, so the first piece that's up on the to be finished is this painting I've been working on for about a week and a half on and off. This was not a collaboration, well, kind of was. I have a friend named Jordan, and me and her did this same subject matter, but hers turned out more pastel and I went more realistic with mine. So this is the first one. And then also, I thrift a lot of frames. I have a lot of frames. You want to see? I've got a lot of frames. So hot tip, thrifting frames and recycling them into new art is definitely a lot of fun. Because for this one here, this long, cool, kind of wickerish frame thing, basket, I'm thinking about turning into a really cool autumn scene with hills, and then there's a barn, and then there's trees in the background. But every frame could be something completely different. So today, I think it's it's basically 3 o'clock, and I have somewhere I need to be by 5. So if I can finish at least one thing before I head out this evening, that'd be awesome. So let's just go ahead and focus on this here. Oops, this here. And then if I have time, I can also work on this little frame that my mom loved, these little flower appliques, so she wanted me to glue them on and make her some kind of something that goes with this. So we're gonna figure that out too eventually. But for now, let's work on this. I don't have too much more to do for this. I just want to add some final details, and kind of add some highlights, some lowlights in comparison to my reference image, and then just kind of work on the background and give it some more, interest and leaves and all that stuff. So I'll do a little bit of in progress, but then I'll speed it up so you guys can see what I'm doing. So yippee! So I added a little bit more detail to it, added some more interest in the background. But now I'm going to tone it down a little bit with a darker green watered down texture. That way I can really let the rose pop a little bit more and let these kind of recede back into the background with a light wash of the paint. That way I can, you know, say if I added something that's a little bit too light, I can just kind of tone it down a bit. Some of that blue contrasting, you know, how we have the orange pop and then kind of the greenish blue in the background, let it recede a bit. Yeah, that's what I'm working on currently, and it is 3:32. So, a little clock in the background with my little friend. Anyway. So all I gotta do is paint the edges and then sign it, and we'll call this one done. Hi, kitty kitty. You wanna say hi? Oh, big stretch. What do you think? You like it? Do you approve? Thank you for your input. And now, let's make it shiny. Ooh, yeah. And we're back in the building once again. So I've got less than 30 minutes. Let's see if we can start another new painting. Ha ha ha, from scratch this time. Okie dokie. So we're gonna need paper. Not just any paper. I have been using this Fabriano Academia, I think. It's supposed to be for drawing and watercolor, but it's also great for acrylics as well. So I've been, as you can see, consuming a fair share of it. So, but I think I can trim out that size. Yeah, let's do it. We shall paint. Now the question is, what exactly are we painting? Because we have those kind of, you know, yellowish flowers. So let's see what we can come up with. Sometimes I'll go onto Pinterest and I'll find inspiration images to kind of get me thinking about what I could potentially do. What if we did a field of yellow flowers? What if we did sort of a mountain? We did a mountain. And then we had some trees, potentially. Can you guys even see that? Sort of. Let's see if I can get you closer. Whoop, don't fall. I have you guys propped up on an easel. We were making do with what we got. So what if we did trees and then kind of did like a meadow-ish thing with hills, and then we did the flowers, and then incorporated what's here on the corner of the piece. What if we did that? Let's do that. I just looked up mountain. Mountain. Ooh. Yeah. This sort of thing. Where we have the mountain and the trees. But different. Yep, we're going for that. We're doing it. We're doing it. Yeah, let's go for it. Alrighty, so I potentially paint this in real time, but then I could probably speed up areas of this as well. But this shouldn't take me super long, so hopefully it won't be a lot to edit, I suppose. Not that I know how to do that very much, but we are going to learn, because the point of trying different things is to experiment and make ourselves a healthy amount of uncomfortable to try different things and experiment and learn something new. Also, this could be a tutorial. Well, hi, welcome to the channel. Welcome to this tutorial, I suppose. Let's see. I gotta say, Bob Ross is one of the most iconic artists that I absolutely love. And truth be told, I have yet to do one of his tutorials, which makes me a hypocrite, kind of. Because I care about him, and actually a friend of mine gave me a stuffy of Bob Ross, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, but I need to, actually, you know what? That could be a really funny video idea if I did a painting of Bob Ross's. Now the kicker is, wait, I do have oil paint. Okay, let me know down below in the comment section thingy if that is something you guys want me to do, to follow a Bob Ross tutorial. That could be a lot of fun. See how bad I do. Because he works quickly, so curious if I can keep up with him. But, so, I think we're gonna go in with mountain colors. And what I've realized from taking some art classes is that things in the foreground are darker than things in the background. So obviously I've made this mountain pretty dark, so I'm gonna probably lay over a wash of a lighter blue color. And also, surprisingly too, when you're painting a sky, the bottom part of the sky, it's not always, but like if you're trying to paint something kind of blue, usually the lower bottom part of the sky is a little bit brighter than the top part of the sky. Sort of like, because it gives it some depth. I don't know if it's depth, but I'm learning just as much as y'all are learning about art and figuring out how to do it and be an artist. That's the cool thing about it, is that it's a process. You don't, automatically become what you're meant to be overnight. You gotta work towards it and kind of throw paint at a canvas and see what sticks kind of mentality. Point is, don't be afraid to try, because if it doesn't work out, something else will. Let's do some of the hell thingies here. So at this point, I've run out of time because it is 4:41 and I have to be leaving the house in a couple minutes. So, yeah, we'll have to pick this up when I get back. Let's add a couple more little details because I'll be, actually, let's just go ahead and finish what I feel like will be the first part of it, and then I will meet you guys back here when I get back with all of my shenanigans for the evening, because I would love to get as much done as possible on this painting. Got a lot of similar levels. We'll play around with it and see what works, because it'll be fun to kind of see what this one turns into. But like in life, you have to start somewhere, and then you can always build upon what you start. So, yay! Here we are. See you when I get back. So I'm back. It is basically 10 o'clock at night, so I am going to try to finish this last bit of the painting. That way I at least have 2 things I finished today, and then go to bed, and I'll start early and fresh tomorrow. So let's get to it. So I just figured out I've been shooting mostly in vertical, and I probably should be shooting in horizontal, but you know, you get the idea. But hopefully with this you'll be able to see a lot better what exactly I'm doing. So anyway, let's get back to it. So at this point, it's pretty much 12, almost 12. It's way too late. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and call it a night, but I wanted to see what it would look like. Well, it's not bad. Maybe I'll work on it tomorrow. See you then.